So before going to Git and GitHub, so anyone tell me actually why we require this Git and GitHub?
GitHub is required to store all the source, code or programs which can be shared to everyone.
Yeah, Git is actually the version control tools, and GitHub it's a like repository, like cloud repository. So as a version control tools, like we need to maintain the source code versions. For that only we're needs Git and GitHub.
If we are not maintaining, what is the issue? Like let's say old days we are actually not maintaining. So what is the issue?
If you're not maintaining the version, like suppose like version A and B or C is there. So suppose you want to go back to the previous version, or there are multiple like developer, they are developing the codes and they are putting into it, like one folder. So we cannot identify like which particular piece of code belongs to which developer, or if you need to go back to the previous version, so we could not know that like which version is there or not.
Okay, so when actually we don't have version control tool, so what developer is doing? So they are taking a remote server. Okay, let's say this is a remote server. Okay. So what they are doing, they are keeping this file. Let's say in this file, I updated actually hello. And also this file, second developer updated also hello. So in end of the day one, what they did, they completed day one. Yes. Day one, this file they created. Day one is this file created. Day one. And this person created in same day one. Okay, this file. Okay. So this is one developer, this is one developer. So now end of the day, actually, they will copy to this remote repo, okay, the centralized place. So why they will copy? Because if tomorrow this developer required this guys actually this developer's code, and this developer required this developer code, so they can cook actually they can take from this, correct? Because see, we are taking two examples, two developers, maybe 10 developers are there. We should not go and each developer, we should not go to each developer machine, and we should not ask actually give the code actually which you implemented yesterday or today. So we have to keep in this location, okay? So that for everybody accessing it is easy. So in day one, what they'll do, they'll put it here, and what is the file will come actually? This file will come to here, and this file will come to here. Correct. So now day two, they are coming to office and they started implementing. Okay? They will start actually here in same file. What they did, they modified here something called actually print. Some printf function they added. Let's okay, and here also this person added something. That's the same thing here. Now when they are going to copy actually in day two, so what is the file? So how many files will be there?
4.
Day two. Okay. What are the things will be there? Okay, so Susri told 4. Okay. Others?
It will have two files.
Okay. Bhagya Lakshmi, Deepa, Kajal, Santosh.
Yeah, it will be 4 files, like if you go over version wise.
Yes.
So then, Lalita madam, how many files will be there in day 2?
Data will be overwritten, so that's why two files are left, sir. In earlier days, in version control system.
So this file should be there. Correct? So it is not 4 because we are not using here version control tool. Correct? So normally when we are copying some file from here to here, same file again we are copying. So data will be overwritten, correct? And we will get the latest file, not actually old file and new file. So like that, if will happen actually, you are doing everything is 30 days, same thing. Okay, to developer. So what will happen actually? The updated file, 30 days file will get it. Like this, it will go for like 30 days. Okay, day 30. Okay, so you will get updated file. Okay. Updated file. So that what will happen if your manager or your project required 15 days file. Okay, so day 15th file. So that is stabilized code. So what you have to do? So again, you don't have backup, correct? What you have to do? Again, from here to you have to see actually in 15 days what are the things we updated and all manually we have to change. Everything you have to do. So that is not a best practice. If it's a small project, okay. If it's a big project, so how we are going to manage? If you have 20-30 developer, so how we are going to manage? So old age, when our version control tool not came to picture, so developer are facing this all the problems. Okay, managing code is not actually in their hand. So what actually after that they actually came across actually the solution that is called version control tool. So this is one challenge. Another challenge, so this is remote server, correct? And this remote server sometimes it will crash, correct? So if it is a remote server, it should crash, correct? It should actually due to memory issue, due to something it will crash, correct? So then what will happen? So all code base, whatever it is there, it will go, correct? And we don't have backup. Okay. So clear this issue when actually we don't have version control tool. Clear or not? Without
Yeah, but
Yes.
like in general scenario, it is like it will be 4 files and it will happen, right? But
so
in
why why four files?
sorry, 2 files, sorry, 2 files
Mhm.
only. One general concept, right?
Correct.
If you go
Correct.
come to the version control concept, so it will be 4 files, right?
Correct. Without version control. Okay, so this is called local version control. That means without version control. So everybody clear?
Yes, sir.
So then actually your version control came to picture. Okay, so we can say actually it is a version control or SCM, source code management tool. Source code management tool. So source code management or version control tool, you can say. Okay. So how many types are there? Actually, 2 types. One is centralized version, another is distributed version control. So centralized version control tool example is Subversion. Okay,
SVN. Version control.
Subversion. And distributed is Git, and everybody nowadays using Git, not Subversion. Okay. So why they are using Git, we will see. But actually first we'll see what is centralized. And see, we saw here a lot of disadvantage like that. When version control came, actually like centralized version control tool, that time also we have some problem. So that's why people are moving to Git and GitHub. Okay. So first we'll see subversion, then we'll go for Git. Let's say here 3 developers are there. And this developer actually where they're working, we can say actually workstation, correct? Correct. So this machine, we can say this is a workstation for developer. And we'll put an example of, let's say, same add.java, sub.java, multiplication.java. Okay. So then what we have to do, we have to take a Linux machine. Linux or Windows, which machine we want to take, we can take it. What we have to do here, we have to take a machine. Inside that, actually, we have to install our subversion. Install Linux. And we have to install here subversion. SVN. And inside that, we have to create a remote repo. What is repo? So repo is like, actually, let's say in Windows you are creating folder to store the data, correct? Store the file or subfolder. And in Linux, you know, you are creating direct to store the file and subdirectory. Like that, in your any version control system, you have to create the repository to store the code, correct? And inside that repository, your SVN formula or SVN command should work. Outside that, it will not work. Like that, also in Git, we need to create a repository and we have to store. So repo means it's an empty folder to store the code. Okay. Remote repo. Okay. And inside that, we need to put the code. Okay. And here, once we'll create this one, okay. So I miss here. We have to install SVN client here. Okay. SVN client. Okay. Then what you have to do, once you create this one, just you have to download this remote repo to your local system. Everybody's developer's local system. Okay. So to here, to here. Okay. So now, so when you are going to download first time into your system, whole remote repo will come to here. Okay. So what actually we have to say for this? We have to say actually it is SVN checkout. Okay. So first we have to download, that is called SVN checkout. Okay. So clear up to this. So how to configure this one? Everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So others, any doubt means you can ask. No. So Susri, you clear?
Yes, sir.
So once you download this one, next step what we have to do, we have to write the code. Let's say we have a art.java. So who wrote this one? Developer wrote. Where they what they'll do? They will create a workspace, okay, folder. Inside that they'll write their code, correct? And once they'll write their code, they know, okay, inside that system it is there. But SVN don't know, correct? So SVN should know that. So there is a file available in each queue. Okay, so for that, what you have to do? So they need to actually write a command called actually SVN add file name. So in our case, it is actually SVN add.java. Okay, so once actually you are writing this command, so then it is eligible for commit. Commit means what? So permanently save. So if you go to any database, if you go to any technology program, so commit word means actually permanently you are saving something. Whatever you do, you have to save permanently. Then only actually it will. Next time if you are deleting, if you are modifying, you get back that file. Correct. So here what will happen now? Let's say you added the file. So what it will do? It is eligible for commit. So here what you have to do? We have to commit that one. So for commit, it is the command is SVN, okay, CI -m message. So what is saying actually here? SVN CI means check-in. So when you are downloading something from your SVN server to local system, it is called checkout. When is uploading something from your local system to remote server, okay, sorry, remote repo, so it is called actually check-in. So here check-in is equal to your commit. So commit means what will happen? Directly it will go to your remote server where actually your SVN is there. It will save this particular file. Okay. So clear or not? So same thing this person also will do. Same thing this person also will do. Okay. So up to this clear? Check in, check out. So when we are going for actually Git, now if you are understanding this is Git, actually easily will understand. Okay. So checkout means from your remote repo to or from your SVN to local system. Check-in means actually from your local system to SVN repo. Okay. So first command is SVN add file name. So what it will do? It will add in SVN. Then it is eligible for commit or check-in. So through this you can check in. What it will do from your workstation to it will go to your remote repo to save this file. So when you are doing SVN CI -m message, that time it will what it will do? It will create a version of that file. So let's say in add.java we have a hello. So then you committed that file. So then what it will do? Once you commit, it will store where? Remote repo. Along with that, it will create a version, commit ID. Then tomorrow when you are coming to your office and you are adding something else in this particular file, so what it will do? Again, actually, you have to check in that one. Again, it will create a commit ID. So that what will happen here? So day one also it will store, day two also it will store. For day one, it is creating a commit ID. For day two, it is creating a commit ID. How many times you are saving the file or committing the file? It will create a version for that particular file. Tomorrow, it is deleted from your local system, but it is present here, you save. So you can bring back to here. Correct? So clear up to this?
Yes.
So that means here you have a add.java. Okay, it will not store like that. I'll tell you how to store. So then your shop.java, then your okay. So now let's say another scenario we'll see here. Let's say here in this remote repo, we have a add, sub, and multiplication. But in this machine, in this developer machine, we have only add.java. So when this developer required these two developers actually code, so what he has to do? Anybody? What he has to do?
Match the code.
Mhm.
Matching the code, sir.
Merging is different. First, actually, you have to sync between your local system and your remote system. Your remote system has, see, in remote system has every time some update. So that you have to sync to your local machine. So there is a, in SVN, there is a command called SVN update. Okay. 1 second. Okay. So SVN checkout means what? Entire code repo will come to here. But SVN update means what? Suppose today you work this one and you went to your home. Again, tomorrow you are going to join office. Whenever you are starting working in actually in your this what SVN or GIT, first you have to update your system. Because I don't know what happened actually remote before check-in, we have to update our system. So that is the best practice when you are going for any version control tool. Okay, and when you are working in any version control tool, every time, okay, you have to update your system. So for that actually, what they did actually, they created another formula or command SVN update. Okay. Okay. So this is actually every day, whenever you are starting your work, you have to do so that any update is there in remote repo, it will sync to your local machine. On top of that, you have to write code. Again, you have to check it. That is the minimum rule you have to follow. Okay. So suppose somebody will ask actually, what is the difference between SVN checkout and SVN update? So what you have to tell? Suppose somebody will ask you, what is the difference between SVN checkout and SVN update?
SVN checkout is something like whatever is there in the remote repo that will be added to the workstation.
Okay.
But SVN update, it will check if there is any
Difference.
additions, modifications. So only those updates will be added to workstation.
Okay. Okay. So here also, this code now we are copying here directly. So we should not copy directly here. Okay. So inside remote repo also, we have actually some folder structure. So first folder structure is called actually trunk. Okay. Second one is actually branch. third one is actually tag. Okay. So this mainly these two, and this one I'll tell you which purpose we are using. So trunk means actually it will store quality code. So quality code means what? So that means bug free code. In that code there should not any bug. So we can say okay. And branch means what? Where actually developer is going to work. Okay. So what is the difference between these two? Where dev will work and what is quality bug free code or quality code? See, many developers are working when they are going to work on different purpose. So they will create actually branch and they'll work. Once they created branch and then actually they like they completed their testing, okay, and testing completed. So then only you can actually merge to your trunk actually. Here merge will come. Okay, what is merge? We'll see after that. So then actually you have to copy that new code to your trunk. So that tomorrow in your company, I am going to join. You three people are working and I am going to join and I will write actually division dot actually Java. I need to write. And then only it will complete your arithmetic operation. So what you have to do for this? First, you have to install SVN client, correct? And then you have to do SVN checkout, correct? Checkout means only your code will come. So SVN checkout means all code will come. Then actually in top of that you have to add this one. Then you have to check in. Once you check in, all code will be here. So like that, if this new person join, correct? So they so how will get every code actually? He will take from trunk. Inside trunk, this code will be there. The latest code will be there. And tomorrow, if I am going to join your company, so what I have to do? I have to take code from trunk, not branch. So inside remote repo, I have these two folders. So that what I have to do, I have to every time go to trunk and I have to take the latest code because trunk has all update with latest code. Okay, clear what is the difference between trunk and branch?
Yeah.
And tag means actually, let's say every when we are committing, every commit actually it will create a version. Okay, so suppose actually one commit it is a release for you. Okay, it is a like important release for you. Okay, so you have lakhs of commit. You have actually sorry commit. You have actually thousands of commit. Out of that, 2 commit version is important release for you. So that you have to do the tag. Okay, so that tomorrow you should not search actually the lakhs of commit to get that a new get that actually important release. Just you have to put actually SVN tag name. Automatically it will display actually that particular 2 tag. So that its searching pattern is easy and identification also easy. So for that purpose, we are putting the tag name. Okay. Clear? So up to this. Srinivas sir, Bhagyalakshmi, others.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is all about your actually subversion. So what is the disadvantages in subversion? Everybody is moving Git and GitHub. Okay. So what is the disadvantages of local version control? Everybody move to subversion, that you got to know. But what is the disadvantages of subversion? So everybody moving to Git and GitHub nowadays. Okay. So what will happen actually here? You see, suppose let's say you are adding here actually some code. 1 second. So you can see here, this is also a Linux server, correct? This is also a Linux server, okay? And it may crash also, correct? Correct or not? So if it will crash, we are going to take backup. There is a backup option. But even though actually sometimes some problem will come, that is one issue. Second one, here, this is your local machine, okay? And the local machine actually, directly you are actually committing to your remote server. And a remote server is somewhere else and the local machine is somewhere else. If your internet connection and network connection will be not there, your code will be here only. It will not go to here, correct? And once you save only, then only the version control, sorry, then only the version or commit ID will generate, correct? So if you are not saving, your code will here. If something happened to your PC, or if actually by mistake all the code deleted here, you will not get back that one, correct? So that is the main disadvantages of your SVN. So directly you are saving to remote server. So where if you don't have actually network connection or internet connection, you are not able to save. Then your code will be there in local system. Tomorrow if this person required, so how will get, from where you will get, correct? And if code is here, you are not getting connection for few time or 1-2 days. So what will happen here? If some problem happen, it is deleting. So you'll not get back that code. Again, you have to write it, correct? Again, you have to rewrite, correct? So because of these disadvantages, and there is actually it is SVN wrote in old algorithm, old standard actually coding. So what is happening? So when you are going for Git, now you will get more difference. So it is very user friendly, Git and GitHub. So whereas SVN is not very user friendly. Suppose one example I am telling you. Suppose you are writing SVN add file name, okay, and in place of add something happen actually mistake, add, okay. So SVN will not prompt that one. What is the next step and why error came? But in case of Git, it will tell you the previous and next step, what you have to do and why error came. So it will give some suggestion for you. Okay. So this all, because of this all usability and actually user friendly and algorithm, they are using very fast algorithm, download and all. So because of that, actually everybody is moving Git and GitHub. And the second one, so GitHub is there in your internet. Okay, that means it's a cloud, and it should not down. Sometimes it will be down, but it should not crash. Correct. That is the biggest advantages in between actually Subversion and Git. Is GitHub. Okay, GitHub actually it is present in your internet. So sometime may it will be down, and it is stored in cloud. Sometime may it will be down, but it will not crash. So whereas SVN will crash, because SVN we are installing inside of your remote server, correct? Clear? These fundamental things.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So others. Okay. So
Yeah.
coming to your so same diagram. What will do? Copy from the at least this part we can copy. So Git also same thing, but actually little bit user friendly and actually new technology they developed actually. So here also same, but in place of SVN client, we have to install Git. Every developer machine we have to install Git. Okay. So now Git where it is there in your internet, correct? Sorry, not Git, GitHub. And inside GitHub also we need to create a remote. So with any version control, you have to create a remote. And here you have actually these all things actually configured. Git you have to install, okay, and other things are same. Okay. So now what is the why we are calling Git as a distributed version control? So that first we have to know, and they will ask in interview also same. Okay. So when actually in between remote repo and your workstation, okay? This is your workstation, right? And this is your remote repo. Workstation remote repo. In between that, you have another layer. So that is called actually local repo. So Git will create in same machine. In same machine means in same local machine another repo called actually local repo, which is not present in your what SVN. Okay, so that part is missing. So what will happen if we are creating local repo here?
So the code will be there in the local.
So yeah, so code will be there means it here only you can say no need to internet connection, no need to network connection and all. You can commit here. So it will generate a commit history for same machine. Then after that actually you have to move to your remote repo. Okay. Okay. So that means actually workstation, local repo, and the remote repo, correct? So first actually your code will be there in workstation, and workstation means what? Where developer is working, correct? And that we can say also on track area, on track area. Okay. On track place also can say on track, correct? So what we have to do first actually Git we need to add actually. So developer adding this actually in his system, correct? So that Git don't know. So what he has to do? He has to add same thing like whatever we did in SVN, same command you have to use here. So what is the command? Git add file name, correct? Git. So this is small, just I'm writing actually, but all the commands are small. So once you add this one, it is eligible for commit. Okay, where it will commit? It will commit to local repo, correct? So in case of SVN, what it is doing? It is committing to directly remote repo. There is no in between there. There is no repo. Workstation workstation directly local remotely, so that actually if internet connection is not there, you are not able to work. Okay, lot of disadvantages will come. But in this case, if it is a same machine, no need internet connection, no need actually what, no need actually your network connection and all. Correct? So you have to commit it here. So that means actually when you are adding actually this file, in between this, you can say this, in between this, okay, that means your workstation and your local repo. In between this, another actually place it will create to store your file, and that is called actually staging area. Staging, or you can say actually tracked area. So Git is tracked this file, correct? So it is first Git is not tracked, correct? When you are adding this one, Git is tracked. So that's why actually it is creating another location in between local repo and workstation, that is called staging area. Okay. So once it will go to staging area, this file, then it is eligible for commit. Then you have to use actually git commit file name, correct? Sorry, git commit hyphen name. Okay, it will go, then go, it will go to local repo. Once it will go to local repo, then you have to send to remote repo. Clear this flow? So first it will be there in workstation. When developer or we are going to write actually any code, it will be there in workstation or on track area. Then what the Git has to do? Okay, if it is actually not there in Git, we have to add in Git. Git add file name. Once you add that file name, it will present in between local repo and your workstation, and that area we can say actually staging or tracking area. Once it will present in staging and tracking area, it is eligible for commit. So then we have to use this command to commit it. Once it will commit here, then we have to push the file. It is called git push. Okay, up to this clear or not? Let me know.
Yes, sir.
Remotely. Okay, so this is the file stage, correct? Let's say the same thing what this person also will do, correct? Correct? And they can use same command push here. In say in SVN also what we are doing, we are check out and check in, correct? So check in means uploading, correct? So here also, let's say actually in this case, here you have code, correct? This code. And this developer one need actually these two files because already one file is there. That case actually in SVN what we are doing, we are using push, correct? Sorry, we are using update. Here we have to use actually there is a command called pull. Okay. What is the command? Pull, git pull. Okay. This person also use same command. Okay. Clear this flow, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So let me actually, whatever we explain, this is Git architecture. Okay. So whenever actually they will ask you, tell me about Git architecture, you have to tell this flow. Take an example, some code, and you have to explain that. Okay. And sometimes they'll ask actually, what is staging area? Okay. In between local repo and workstation, which area is present, we can say it is a staging area. Okay. When we are going to use pull, when we are going to use push, okay, these all things they'll ask. So let me tell you something. So in Git, you just need to know about these 4 stages. Once you clear about these 4 stages, then actually everything for you it is easy. So what are the 4 stages? Let's say I have a file here, correct? Let's say I have a file called actually file1. Okay. So this file1 first where it will present? Workstation, correct? So from workstation to staging area, if you are sending your file, what command you have to use? So this is staging area.
Git adds.
Data. This is actually your local, and this is your remote repo. Okay. So this file first it is present in your workstation. That means developer wrote this file. So from here to here you have to do git add. So next actually you have to do git commit. It will go to local. Then once actually it is there in local repo, you have to do your git push, correct? Then it will shown to remote repo, correct? So here you observe this workstation to your local repo, it is present where? In your local system, correct? After this local system, or you can say developer machine, okay? And here to here where it is present, this remote repo where it is there. It is there in internet or GitHub, right? Where GitHub is there, internet. So remote repo is present in internet. So if you are understanding this flow, so it is good enough to actually learn actually Git is workstation, staging area, local repo, remote repo. Workstation, staging area, local repo, it is present in your system. Remote repo is present in your GitHub. GitHub where it is present, internet. It is a cloud. So that's why the definition of Git and GitHub, Git is a version control tool or distributed version control tool, whereas GitHub is a cloud storage system. Okay. So clear this flow?
Yes, sir.
So then actually coming to actually your trunk, so we have to compare SVN, okay? SVN and your Git. So SVN actually has trunk, correct? So what is trunk? So trunk will store actually quality code, correct?
Yeah,
In
bug
case
free
of
code.
in Git, there is a master or main. So it will store also quality code. Okay. And in case of trunk, it will store quality code here, and there is a branch. So branch developer, correct? Here also it is called branch. Okay. So master also branch, this also branch. Okay. So master is predefined branch. See, one big difference is in SVN trunk branch. This all created by actual admin of SVN or developer of SVN. Sorry, or developer who is working in SVN, they can create trunk and branch. So that means it is a standardized name. If in place of trunk, you can put something else also, it will take it. But in case of master, this master created by your Git. So that's why it's a predefined branch. Predefined. Okay. So who created this? Your Git will create. Okay. Who created this? SVN admin or developer will created this. Okay. Got it? This user will create. Okay. Developer will. But master who will create? Git itself it is creating for you. So that is the usability, correct? That is the user friendly. So Git is helping you to create the main stabilized branch. Okay. So this is the difference between SVN and Git. Okay. So today, just this one actually, just go through this diagram. I'll send to your group. Check it. This one, local version control, then SVN, then Git. Okay, and local version, local repo, staging, workstation, on track area, remote repo. Okay, all this. So tomorrow we'll do this practical. Okay, so that actually this flow will complete. Okay. So up to this, any doubt means you can ask. Otherwise, tomorrow we'll start it. No doubt, huh?
Sir,
Hmm.
for sending code from workstation to GitHub, we use Linux or GUI tool. What tool we'll use? Sir?
Where?
I mean, from workstation to
Workstation is, see, workstation it is present in your machine. Your machine may be Windows,
Yes,
your
sir.
machine may be Linux. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes, sir.
so we will see both the demo, Windows and Linux.
Linux.
So,
Okay. Okay.
so this is maybe Windows, maybe Linux. But GitHub
Okay.
here, this is your GitHub.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. That I know, sir. This is
Hmm.
internet.
This
We
is
can
your
access
GitHub.
from.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
And you can here only you can create the repository.
We need to install Git tool, sir.
Yeah,
On
we
our
have to install
system.
Git. We have
Git.
to
Okay.
create, yeah. Once you create, sorry, once you install Git, so it will show like this.
Okay. Git
You
bash.
can
Sir.
open this,
Okay.
and here only you can do the Git command. From here
Okay.
to you have to push to actually GitHub remote
Okay.
repo.
Okay. This demo, I mean, practical tomorrow we'll see, sir.
Yeah, tomorrow. If you have time, 20 minutes, we will see today. Otherwise, tomorrow. So tomorrow same 9:30 will connect.
Well, they will ask about Git only in interview. They will ask Git about GitHub, right, sir? Even they will ask
See,
SVN,
you have
other things.
actually no, you have actually so many tools, correct?
Okay.
So you have Git, GitHub, Maven, Jenkins, Docker, correct?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
who is requirement is there, based on that they'll ask, correct? If the company
Okay.
required
Okay.
actually Docker, they'll ask in
Okay.
Docker, correct?
Okay. Okay.
It is based on the JD, correct? Based on the
Yes. Sir.
like which job you are applying, correct?
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so tomorrow we'll connect and we'll complete this practical. So slowly we'll complete these two, then we'll go for code commit. You will understand better.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Bye. All. Good night.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Good night, sir.
Good night.
Yeah, good night.
Good night.